Thank you. What is 35% of 80? 35% of 80, we already know two things. What do we definitely know?
The percent.
That's the easy one. And what is 80?
The of.
The of. Good. It says what is, so that's how you know that's what's missing. The is. That's what we're trying to figure out. Okay? So is, we don't know, that's what? X, right? What's the of? 80. What's the percent?
35%.
35. Don't write the percent sign. We already know it's a percent. The reason why I say that is if you press, especially with those blue calculators, if you press the percent key, the answer changes. It does a calculation for you just from pressing that button. Okay? And 100 always stays the same. What's X times 100? Thank you. What is 80 times 35?
2,900.
2,900? 2,800. Okay? What do we do next? Good. Divide both sides by 100. Very good. And you're done. Simple? It's easy. Two more questions. Just dig in your hole deeper and deeper. Two more questions. Somebody read me number 4.
75% of what number is 36?
75% of what number is 36? Okay, what do we know easily, automatically?
75%.
Good. The percent is 75. What else?
And the
Is what?
36.
The is 36. Good. We're looking for of. That's why it says of what number. Okay? So that's our X. So is 36. Of is X. The percent is 75. Don't write the percent sign. Over 100. Questions so far? Okay. What's 36 times 100?
3,000.
Good. X times 75?
75x.
Good. And what do we divide by? Good. Somebody tell me what that is?
48.
Thank you. And we're done. Questions? Okay, we got one more, and it's a word problem. I know that word problems are usually a little harder, but we have to get used to them. Okay? That's where the real important questions come along, because your standardized tests, word problems, word problems, word problems. Okay, so what you have to learn to do is pull out, you started over? Oh, you do, okay. Is pull out the important parts of the word problem, okay? So Diana, I know you want to get better at word problems, so read me number 5.
How much interest will you earn by...
Hold on. So they're starting you off with a question. Usually the question's at the end, but this one the question is at the beginning. How much interest? Okay, keep going.
will you earn by investing $1,200 at a simple interest rate of 2.5% per year for 6 years?
Okay, hold on. You're investing $1,200. The interest rate is how much?
2.5%.
2.5% per year?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 years.
And for 6 years. So that's all your key information. Is that the end of the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is their key information, right? So I'll give you a little background because you might not even know what interest is, and if you don't, it's hard to solve the problem. Interest is if Catherine goes to the bank and says, I need to invest some money or save. That's more accurate for you guys. You want a savings account. You got $100 for your birthday. You're like, I'm not going to buy any sneakers this time. I'm going to save my money. So you go to the bank, open a banking account, put $100 in there, and they tell you, okay, Mr. Charlie, for this $100 savings account, we're going to give you an interest rate of 2%. That means next year, if you don't add any money in there, you just leave the $100 in there. If you keep it in there for a full year, because it's per year, 2% of 100, if you didn't know, is 2. It's easy. 2 per every 100. So 2% of 100 is 2. They'll give you $2
For a year?
for a year. It's interest. They're not like giving you a paycheck. They're just throwing you a little extra for keeping a bank account with them. That's the whole point. It's like saying we appreciate your business, so here's a little money. So $2. Sometimes I make like some change. I don't even make that. So it all depends. It all depends on how much money you keep in there consistently. So the thing with interest is, it's not the whole thing. It's just a little part of your money that they give back to you, right? If you're buying something, you want interest to be low. Like if you're buying a car and you get a car loan, you want the interest to be low because you don't want to pay back a lot of extra money. Okay? If you need $1,200, just kidding, I wish $1,200. If you need $12,000 to buy the car, and they say, okay, your interest rate is 16%, you're going to end up paying like $20,000 by the time you finish paying them back. So you want a low interest rate. But when you're loaning somebody money or you're investing or saving, you want a high interest rate because you want to get back a lot of money. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interest. Interest is the part. And the reason why I said that is because there's no is over of here. You can't find is, you can't find of. You have to know what these things mean. Of is like your total. It's your whole. Like if I say Jeff made 1 out of 8 free throws. Sorry. He made 1 out of 8 free throws. Out of 8 free throws. What is of? The whole, right? The 8 is the whole thing. That's how many times he tried to shoot. 1 is what? How many times he made it, right? So the of is like the whole thing. So when you look at this problem, what's the whole amount?
60. No, 1,000. No, yeah, no, I don't know.
What's the whole amount when you look at this problem?
Yeah.
What is it? The $1,200, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's the money that he has, right? The total amount.
So,
No? Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
wait,
Yes?
no.
Investing $1,200. That's all he has. He's investing it.
It's not $1,200. You need a series to be $1,200.
That make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. Investing $1,200. So that's his of. Okay? Now, what else do we know that's obvious? Start with the obvious things. 2.5% and 100, right? So what's obviously missing?
The is.
That's the part. That's going to be your interest. That's the part that's missing. Okay? Interest is just a small part of your total amount of money. So now, what's 100 times x?
100x.
100x. What's 1,200 times 2.5? What is it? 3,000? You sure? You might be right. I don't know. 3,000? I think you are right. Okay. So what's my last step?
Divide 2,000.
By?
10x.
Just by the 100, not by the x. And what do you get? 30, right? Now, here's my question. So that's $30 interest per year. 2.5% per year. How many years did they ask you for?
6 years.
That's always important. If you don't use all the information they give you, you should make sure you check that. Sometimes they give you extra information just to throw you off. But in this case, that's not extra. You need to know this because this interest rate is for 1 year. You need 6 years. So what do you do with this number?
Times.
Can you
much he makes per year? $30. Do what, Bianca? Good. So 30 times 6 gives me $180. So that's how much he makes in 6 years off of that investment. That's his interest, $180. Does that make sense? So you might not use everything right away. Like some people got stuck at the 6 years when I was doing my other classes. They were like, oh, wait a minute, we can't solve it yet because what about the 6 years? So think about it. This is for 1 year. You can't skip over words like that. This is for 1 year. So I need to figure out how much is it 1 year, then I can just multiply it by 6. That's the difference with word problems. You got to think it out. Everything is not a shortcut. You can't just have a shortcut and a formula. You have to think it out. Okay? Okay, Destiny? All right.